As always, we can't just do one Brainstream at 10 minutes. So just to continue this off, because I was in the middle of a sentence the last time, and we might just build it off, but I really do want to leave it here because I'm going through this process, there's going to be a bunch of new things that I'm going to be doing. I do want to kind of share it, but one thing I wished that Apple did, I love Apple's presenter mode. Any of you have used it? Great. I love that circle and how you come out of it. Really, really cool, obviously, the way that they do it. The one frustrating thing is there's no easy way of just videoing your screen and you at the same time. You have to like create a FaceTime call. Anyways, or some sort of video call. If I can find a way around that or find a way of doing it, I'd love to do that because I'd love to show my screen and be able to work either what I'm working on or even show a web page or something I'm talking about, like being able to reference those visuals that I can see in front of me and I'm like talking about would probably help this land a lot more. But as I was saying before, when you have a note, right, you have an app, like in the app ecosystem, there's a lot of apps that overlap, right? So besides the components that they kind of built upon, it's like where you're using the tool that not necessarily is the best tool for what you're trying to do because the end result might be amazing. So what you're doing is you're kind of using 7 different tools to kind of get what you're working on. And that kind of makes sense in like a world where you're limited by hardware. Less so in the world, like when you want to create something, you need, let's say something physical, let's say you have a tool shed, you've got a bunch of different tools that each serve their own purpose. In a way, LayerOS is like the machine giving you those tools. But you're not working in silo, like you don't go a room for each of those tools and the tools don't really work with each other. Here in the app world, yes, like I said, there are ways of apps sometimes speaking to each other, but very rarely do apps actually speak. Usually, I'll give another example, go back to like Sketch. I learned Sketch back in the day when I was like, this is one of the things I started with. If I had started a little bit earlier or been a little bit less interested in like maybe something that looked great or easy to use or focus on UI, I might have got into Photoshop and gone crazy into that. Now the components of Photoshop and Sketch are not very different. Their goal is different, but the idea of like layering things on, right? One's a bitmap. One's focused on bitmap, one's focused on vectors. Sketch was very, very focused on UI interfaces. So obviously being able to get those components and bring them together and how they worked and how they scaled and things like that is very different than Photoshop, which is images, design, and the direction is different. But 80% of the project, or the program, is kind of the same philosophy. There are certain components of different applications that share, like the way you do it. A lot of people have like trying to do their own things, but they've come to like the right way. I don't know, want to say the right way, but the best way that we've learned today of how to do it. Obviously, that's going to change in the future. But to move from one program to the other, you either have to get insanely good and use your 10,000 hours to get to that point. In which case, the tools kind of blend into the background. But working between them doesn't always work well. You're exporting files and here and there, and each app is working in its own area. Let's try to get back to this. They have different goals. The way you use them, the main way they're built up is fundamentally the same. Just the features and things get layered on. There's no reason why. So LayerOS is like, okay, let's kind of strip away all the different like features because at the end of the day, in each application, they also have their own different layers. And what if I could iterate those layers as I move along, right? So kind of like hand you the tools as you need. Now, if I'm already doing that, imagine if applications were not applications in a sandbox that you have to specifically like subscribe or have a user account or deal with them by themselves. But then if you want them to speak to other ones, you better hope that they talk nicely to each other or you're coding up your own thing. If they have APIs and you've got to figure out how they're working, it's not very easy to actually have an easy flow. And kind of, if I take a step back, when you look at AIs, even the way of like working on them, like it kind of opens up, like what we'll be able to do. Like we haven't built like even 1% of what we can build with these AIs, but you want a lot of them connected together. Okay, I'm like, there's just too many things because I can go into the interface of AIs. But if I just pull back into like the desktop, the notes, the writing interface, like a lot of writing interfaces, they start off with like you have a canvas or let's say a page, which ironically is also what ChatGPT has started building in. They've got their canvases where like it kind of sits to the side of the chat. Claude has artifacts. everyone's kind of trying to deal it in their own way, but they haven't really like brought image generation in well. And like, if you want to start working and editing in an image generator, you kind of have to like take that to another one, because what you can do in Midjourney, with prompts, and now with the web UI has kind of like built that out, that doesn't exist in ChatGPT. So I can like create an image, but like, what if I need to edit that? And all the different things with the images, like painting, in painting, and being able to edit things or move them around, or even character generations. If I want to go to a storybook, I'm using like a bunch of different tools, and they don't really speak well to each other. But then you start seeing like apps like Comfy UI, where they're trying to use nodes, and now I can use different models and speak, and then as I pass them through, I'm like building up and creating. But you're kind of working on something. You're trying to get to a point, and there are certain apps that are trying to be like master apps, but it doesn't. When you really pull back, it's like, this should really be happening on the OS layer. And there's something, I want to say fundamentally wrong, but I also don't, because some of this is coming from naivety. And I fully understand, and I'm kind of ready to go through this whole, to dive into LayerOS and really trying to conceptualize it, and then find out that it actually absolutely makes no sense. And like the way that we had our apps and Sandbox just makes sense. From a business perspective, layers might be harder to do. I'm ready for that. Like, that might happen. There's people way smarter than me. What I know is next to zero of these things. Like in operating systems and interfaces, there's so much more that most of the world probably knows way more than I do. This is just an experiment that I'm doing in the years that I've worked on this, and all the different concepts that I've gathered together that make sense to me based on how these worlds are working, based on spatial worlds, augmented reality. There's a lot of things, and I'm really trying to just like diving into that is like trying to pick them out, get rid of the ideas that like absolutely make sense, and like try to get to there. And there's lots of parts of LayerOS that I haven't probably even conceptualized, and I will need to solve before it actually can become a thing. But anyways, this is the process, and I'm sharing it with you guys because through Brainstreams, and that's what I'm doing right now. But this whole process is soon going to be very, very natural. It's going to be multimodal, right? I'm going to be using a lot more of my senses. I'm just not going to be just sitting there and typing away. The output of a chat is again, while you look at nodes and everything, there's so much going on in the back end. And just think about automations. Think about what I'm going to be able to do for my AI to do things for me. It's not going to just, like, I'm not talking about this magical thing that like everything just gets done before you even think about it. Although, yes, that would be cool in some ways. But I'm looking at a world where I kind of have like maybe a dream and a goal, and I want to get somewhere. And to me, the application, the way that they work, Windows Sandbox, that like this is what the application does, and it doesn't like interface with other apps, or it doesn't build up into something, like is very, it just doesn't make sense in this world. And it was great up until now, but I think we can do better. And this is what LayerOS is. So if I go back to the note taking, to the notes, like if I want to jot something down, I have to kind of think first of the tool that I'm going to use, and it's probably not the right tool. When I want to start writing something down, do I use notes? Do I open up pages? Maybe if I want to write something, it's connected to a task, so maybe I really should be opening up the task. But maybe what I'm writing down also has a connection to a calendar, so I'm like the world of today is copy-paste, and you're basically trying to take things in, take things out, move them into another application, which, again, that paradigm, it works. So in a way, I'm saying it's not fundamentally broken, but I'm also saying it is, because it's not going to really release what we can go into tomorrow. But imagine if you have an interface where you're starting with a canvas and you can start writing out what you need to write about because it's just a note. And the interface around it kind of helps because it's a note. You have basic editing tools or basic things happening, but maybe that thing could become a prompt, or maybe that's a bigger story, or maybe you want to create that into a podcast. Instead of copying pasting to another thing, those interface components, again, maybe we'll use atom molecules and cells and that UX concept, but like, I want to kind of build up, and as this idea keeps moving, the interface of how it works should be appearing. So this thing might have started off as a note, but it might end off in a book. Getting to that book, I might be using AI through that process, but I'm not going to be building the whole concept in a chat interface, because chat doesn't really make sense because it changes a lot. And okay, so maybe I'll use Canvas. But if I'm now using Canvas, maybe I want images. Maybe I got a lot more details that I need to have through that. Maybe I'm referencing things. That whole process is constrained right now in applications. And also, I have to choose that application before I even start. Layers LayerOS doesn't mean, you don't have to choose that. You start in the journey and the parts or the components of those applications really just get layered on and help you in that direction. Now, it's going to be predictive. In a way, LayerOS is like the operating system, is like an LLM operating system. It's like predicting what you're doing next, but it's giving you interfaces rather than what's the next word. I hope that kind of makes a bit of sense. We're going to continue tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the future.